What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So I haven't really been uploading any videos for the last pretty much for a week now already, I would say, and I first of all want to apologize for that. Of course, it's gonna change from now on. I also want to quickly thank you for all the great survey responses that I've had. I think I had a total of over 700 people filling out the survey that I talked about last week, and you can still do so. I'm still checking everything out, so if you want to go ahead and do that, it would be great. It would really help my channel out and help me with where I should be going with the channel, what videos I should be making, and what you all know like about my channel. But for now, I wanted to quickly talk about a tweet by Neil Druckmann regarding Uncharted 4. So I came across this, I think it was 2 days back, and he tweeted, "Man, these actors, I captured a scene today with some serious feels. Can't wait for you guys to experience this story, hashtag Uncharted 4. So obviously Uncharted 4, I'm really looking forward to it. Definitely my most anticipated game of this year. And then a question that I immediately brought up to myself is, what exactly is he describing here? Like, apparently this scene has some serious feels. I can only really imagine that he's talking about a certain character death or something. Like, what else could really invoke these sort of like, serious feels that he speaks of? And so I was thinking maybe do a video talking about where the whole story is gonna go, the actual ending, because of course we know that Naughty Dog does intend to pretty much finish the series with this game being the final one in the series. Now they did say it's all up to Sony, to decide what the actual fate, the future of this series is going to be. Is a different developer still gonna pick it up? I would kind of find it a shame, because if Naughty Dog says, okay, we're done with this series, we want this to be the final game, we have a clear vision in mind for how we're going to conclude Drake's story, then I would say leave it there. I don't want any other developer to pick it up. But yeah, the ending, to talk a little bit about that. I have said multiple times now that I do think that a main character is going to die in this final game. If you look at how the whole description for the game is pretty much that Nathan Drake is going to have to make some sacrifices to save the ones he loves and that kind of stuff, and that he's pretty much been out of the game. Then his brother Sam shows up and he's pretty much forced back into the scene of treasure hunting and stuff. I think obviously it's being said that Elena is now kind of like trying to convince Drake not to go back and stuff, and that's going to have some serious repercussions. And like I said, I think that does mean that a character is going to die. I think there's going to be something that makes Nathan Drake be like, okay, I really cannot do this anymore, I'm going to quit with it in the end after all. And so which character do I think is most likely to die? Many people have talked about how they think Victor Sullivan, Sully, is going to die in the end, and I personally don't see it happening. And the reason why I don't think Sully is going to die in the end is because it's been done so many times now. Like in the first game you thought he was dead, and then he showed up near the end again. In the second game he almost wasn't in there, and in the third game they did the exact same thing, where in the end it seemed like he had gotten shot, but then it turned out that Nathan Drake was kind of like hallucinating, and that Sully did in the end appear to still be alive. And so to kill him off in this final game, I would kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't be as much of a fan of that choice myself. I think it would be kind of cheap, because we've almost like, we've had that feeling so many times now that he was dead and then he turned out to be alive, and to kill him off now, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to me. So then I was thinking about, like, for example, can they kill off Chloe or Cutter or something? But at the same time, those characters haven't really made a real appearance, right? Like Chloe was a big part of Uncharted 2, but in Uncharted 3 she was only in a couple of chapters, and the same counts for Cutter. He was actually only introduced in that game. I don't think fans have as much of an emotional attachment with those characters, so that if you kill them off, the impact won't be as big. I was really thinking in the way of, okay, it's gonna have to be either Drake, Elena, or Sully. One of the three big characters that have been there from the beginning. You gotta kill off one of those to really create an impact where people are like, wow, I really did not see this coming, and I'm actually pretty sad at the same time, And so my honest feeling is that I think Elena is going to die. And the reason I'm saying that is, of course, because she is the one trying to stop Nathan Drake from going back. She is the one that is most close to Nathan Drake. And I think if you really want to, like I said, make an impact on that audience, and give Nathan Drake a reason to be like, okay, I am not going to continue with this anymore, then of course it has to be the death of Elena, to be honest. And I think it's really going to show that, what sacrifices Drake has to make in order to to say that he wants to go back, or that he wants to help his brother Sam out. At the same time, I could really see Sam dying in the game as well, but to be honest, because this is his first appearance in an Uncharted game, I once again also don't think that's going to make as much of an impact, but at the same time we've seen villains die before and we've seen new characters die before, so I would not be surprised if you'd see, you know, both Elena and Sam die. But at the same time, I think out of all of the main characters, the characters we already knew from the series, to me, Elena has the biggest chance to end up, you know, dying in the game. So, with that being said, I would of course like to know your thoughts. Who do you think is most likely to die in the next Uncharted game? Do you think it's going to be the final one? Which developer would you see picking up this game at the same time, or do you think it's not going to happen? And then with that being said, I would like to thank you a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.